back and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Good morning, Bakers. Good morning, Mr. Jake. What's going on, everybody? Live in the chat. I see you, Michelle. I see you, Keith, Peter, the gang, Faya. What's going on, everybody? Sports are so hot in the streets right now. Baseball's back. We're talking about that. Natty Championship tonight. Tonight, and a good one. Two best teams. Shocker. Bracket. What? How's your bracket? Producer, BBD, Big Baby David Mendelson, myself, Jake Ronald Storielli. It's out there. It's born on my Uncle Ronnie's birthday. And guys, we normally start off with the game of the night, and we will be. But man, I don't think I've ever been as excited to relive a game of the night. That was one of the special ones. I hope you guys were watching live. The Zags, Gonzaga. I was tough on them. I've been tough on them. I think I can be tough on them for about 7 more hours, and then it might be over. Gonzaga versus UCLA, UCLA, the Bruins, one of the most prestigious basketball programs in history. The Zags, the upstart model of if you want to become a basketball program. That's what they've done. Mark Few trying to get over the hump. Undefeated Gonzaga, 30-0 against the Bruins, and this was just must-watch throughout. It was 45-40 after the first half. Back and forth the whole way. You thought the Zags were going to pull ahead. At one point they did. They got a 7-point lead. I think Nembhard, BBD's guy, Nembhard, the transfer from Florida, he had a bucket that put them up. But UCLA always fought back. Juzang was a stud. Campbell kept stepping up for them. Tiger with a Y. I mean, that guy is just the king of cool. He's got the hair, too. I mean, that guy's just cooler than me, and that's fine. And that's fine. I'm not mad about it. Man, the stars stepped up in this game. So did the role players, man. Kispert hit a bunch of big shots. Suggs, I think we're going to hear about him a little bit. Timmy! Timmy! He played big. Juzang, we're coming down the stretch. Timmy makes the dunk. The Suggs block. Unbelievable. An all-time block. Nobody talks about the dime that was dropped after. An incredible pass. One-handed through like 5 guys. Timmy with the dunk. Juzang, he comes back. He hits the jumper. Jocks was playing so tough. Jaquez for UCLA. Kispert with the offensive rebound and the layup. They're up 2. Jaquez goes to the line. He hits 2 free throws. Our friend Greg Poon talking Knicks, he's labeled free throws perfectly. To be a good free throw shooter, you need to make your misses, and that's what Jocks did. All over the rim, keep it soft. They both went in. On the other end, Kispert misses the 3. UCLA comes back. Juzang with the ball. ISO, an amazing dribble, drives into the lane. Offensive foul. Timmy, my guy I've been tough on, doing the goatee, the Fu Manchu, good for him, man. He had 4 fouls, steps in with 1 second left, gets the call. It was the right call. I mean, he was hanging there waiting for it. Juzang, it's tough in hindsight. You kind of got to pull up, take the shot. Don't put it in the ref's hands. But we're going to overtime, 81 apiece. And it kept going, guys. Back and forth, back and forth. Gonzaga gets a 4-point lead. UCLA gets the layup. They get the 4-point lead again. Jocks with a huge three-pointer, 50 seconds left. The shot went up. Your heart sank. Down to Juzang. Again, he misses the shot, but he gets his own rebound, makes the layup. 3 seconds. We're going to double overtime. Jalen Suggs, a shot that will be remembered forever, pulls up. Thought he had another dribble and could have gotten closer. It didn't matter. He didn't need it. Banks it in. Runs up on the table. The Zags go nuts. A shot for the ages. I tweeted it out at the time. I think that's the most famous shot I've watched live. The Chris Jenkins one in recent years, obviously that won it, but it was an undefeated team on the line. It wasn't the year after missing March Madness. It was Villanova. They're kind of a super program. If Gonzaga wins it tonight, I think the Suggs shot might get it.
That.
I think it's our Leitner. I mean, John Boy was saying it. I really think it is. Unbelievable, man. I got lucky. I almost didn't watch this game. We were doing the On the Couch. We watched an episode of Scrubs. I was like, you know what? Final Four, I've earned this. Just fell asleep instantly. Got to watch maybe one of the best games I've ever seen. Gonzaga. How about the West Coast? Gonzaga wins 93-90. I mean, the UCLA kids, jeez. Mick Cronin said it best after the game. He said, I can't tell them they could have done more. They couldn't have. And they really couldn't have. They played almost a perfect game. UCLA shot 47% from three, 58% from the field. Juzang with another 29-point performance. Jaquez, man, 19, 5, and 4. Such a gritty college guy. What makes the college sports so good are dudes like him. Tiger Campbell with 17, Riley with 14. On the other side for the Zags, Ajayi had a big game, 22. He kind of kept them in the game throughout until Suggs ended up with 16. He got going. Timmy with 25, 11 from 15 from the field. He's so efficient. I mean, part of me loves him, part of me hates him. If he gets the ring tonight, I'm full in love with him. Zags win 93-90. Sorry, Ukla. Sorry, Coach Ballgame and his wife. BBD in the game of the night was brought to us by DraftKings. How could it not be? Oh, my God. And BBD, there's a big game tonight for DraftKings. If you want to do that, the Natty, we can talk about that in a minute. But this weekend, Georgia, we're going down to Augusta, the Green Jacket. Man, I'm all about that. And DraftKings with the top-rated sportsbook app, 100-1 odds. If you finish in the top 10, if you get the golfer that finishes in the top 10, Dustin Johnson, maybe Spieth, you might hear about him later. $1 into 100. You know, the Bakers, I know you guys know. They always give out an incredible deal. What other golfers do I got? I like Dustin Johnson. He's going to be there. Spieth. Koepka. I don't know. I think he just got engaged. We'll see. That's a pro. I think that's a pro. That's a plus. DeChambeau, everyone loves him. He's got to get one at some point. I don't know if it's this year. We'll see. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY when you sign up. $1 into 100 if you get a top 10 golfer this weekend. It's promo code JOHNBOY for $1 into 100 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Whoo! God. BBD. No happy Easter to you.
And you can wish it, but
okay,
not accept it.
I'll wish a happy Easter for you. You will not accept it. You watched this game, David?
I did. It was right after the Knicks blew out the Pistons.
That's right.
And I was still in a basketball mood, and I noticed there was only, I think it was like 4 minutes left in the game. And I had seen the rumblings on Twitter that it was a good game, and I saw the score was so close.
Yeah.
So then I go downstairs, treadmill, and watch the rest of the game. And a good one.
You're late night treading?
Lately, yeah.
Wow.
For a while there, I was before daylight savings time hit. I was waking up weirdly early all the time. The clock's changing got me back to normal. So I was doing morning tread.
Okay.
But now it's basically now the Yankees are going, we'll see what the routine becomes. But it's been kind of walking on the treadmill from the second I get home till whenever.
Love that. Treadmill, BBD, watch out. I'm losing 3 pounds a month during baseball season. Just decided. Makes sense. Chat, I love you guys. Quentin Hubner, Ed, Fayao, Ian Morrison. Gonna be more interactive. I got a new setup now. I'm chatting with you while looking at the camera. You guys are the best, and we're gonna be the most fun sports show ever. We're up to 1.61, 162 on the YouTube. 2K soon, 5K, 10K, a million. That's the deal. You guys know that. Man, that game was so good. I forget if it was Clark Kellogg or Jay Billis. Because a game like that happens and you're all stunned. I mean, that shot went in. We're all stunned. Because you see that shot go up.
I basically got to the game right in time for me to lock in right at the Suggs block, then that crazy outlet pass.
The Suggs block, and that's if you're UCLA, you relive that so many times. That pass is so good.
Everyone's gonna forget that part of because Suggs had the game winner, but then everyone will be like, oh, and he had the block earlier, and nobody's gonna go to after somebody reminding you of the block, and he had that awesome pass right after.
Yeah, a lot of bless yous in the chat for my sneeze. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, no, that the pass is one of the. I always think when we did watch-ins, we watch these all-time games, Bucky Dent home run, and you see the plays before it that also help build that moment. And, I mean, the Suggs game winner, people are going to see the block and then the pass, and they'll be like, oh, I think I saw the block. And then they're like, what? Dude's supposed to be a top 3 pick in the draft, top 5 pick in the draft.
Certainly top 5.
Didn't hurt his case at all. I think that's also part of what makes it a little more special. He could go on to have...
supposed to be the guy.
A nice NBA career. No offense, Chris Jenkins.
He's supposed to be the guy we remember from this team.
Chris Jenkins is almost 2 in between. You either want the nobody to make it, or you want the guy.
Yeah, and he
Suggs
was
is the guy.
a starter on the team.
And so what I think it was Billis. He said that college sports and college basketball sometimes come down to there's the one mismatch or one guy on the court doesn't fit. All of these guys battled, man. Everyone that was in this game. Gonzaga had Ayayi, Nembhard, Suggs, Kispert, Timmy. All of them played 40-plus minutes except Timmy. They subbed him out on defense a couple times just because he had the fouls.
Trouble.
Otherwise, those guys played the whole game. On the other side, Juzang played 45. Jaquez played 40. Riley, 42. He was their big. He was battling. Tiger Campbell, I mean, it's just miles and miles of heart. And, yeah, man, I mean, all-time college basketball game. Grant Hill on the call, the guy who made the pass to Leitner, so that was fun. All the calls were so good, which was so funny the next night. The Angels game, Ohtani hit the 450-foot home run, and the announcers just went silent. And our guy Plouffe was tweeting about it, and he's like, why are they not freaking out? And it's so true. It's this weird stigma with baseball and broadcasting. Have fun. Go nuts. I get it. It's cool. It's cool when the outfielder doesn't turn to watch a home run. That's a mammoth shot, and it's wow, he didn't even turn. How cool is that? That's not cool for broadcasters. We're watching the game. Go nuts.
Announcers, I feel get confused between getting excited and being biased, and also you can just be biased.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Just own it.
Just
have fun.
Enjoy the game, maybe. I know that's a hot take. Good for the Zags, man. I know I was tough on them, and I said they kind of have to win it all. I would have been really tough on them today if they lost this game. They win, all-timer. Felt great for Mark Few. Felt great for Suggs, man. His interviews after were really cool. Like, you're definitely a kid, but you also definitely get it. He said he wanted to do the table thing. He's like, yeah, I saw Dwayne Wade and Kobe do the table thing, so I thought I'd do the table thing.
This is my chance.
And just really cool. And his interviews, he was trying to be professional, but he was also just filled with excitement. It was perfect. It was perfect. The Zags go on and face Baylor tonight, and man, really interested to see how this game plays out. Baylor, again, if there's one team that's in Gonzaga's realm, it's the Baylor Bears. They're 27-2. One of those losses was in the Big 12 tournament to Cade Cunningham, which, college basketball, there's kind of no shame in that. Their other loss was after like a 2-week COVID hiatus where they didn't play anyone. And, man, they are just as talented as the Zags. This is going to be a great game. I think the problem with college basketball is normally there's 4 or 5 teams in past years that would normally be built like this. And this year I think there's only 2. And, man, their dude Mitchell, if you haven't seen him, get ready for a show. There are little to no guys on a college basketball court that can move like him. Insane. Butler. And, I mean, Baylor deserves some love. They ran Houston out of the building, 78-59. They were up 45-20 at the half. So Baylor has that in them. I'm so interested to see, and this is where sports becomes beautiful, is, do the Zags come out hot? They're still running high from last game. Do the Zags start to run out of steam? They played an overtime game where Baylor got to chill for the second half. Like, is fatigue a factor? Is it not? I mean, is this title game, these are kids, everything out there? I just mentioned all the guys that played 40-plus minutes for the Zags. There was only 2 guys for Baylor that played 30 minutes. Like, that's kind of what I'm going to be watching in tonight's game, and, we'll talk about what we're watching later. Man, in just an honest Jake thing, like, I picked Baylor to win my tournament, so I guess to make my bracket look half okay, that'd be cool. I'm rooting for the Zags, too. How could you not after what we just saw from them? So it
caught your heart.
Sounds dumb, but give me a good game. Give me a good game. I think it's going to be, too, man. Baylor's the best three-point shooting team in the country. I believe the Zags are the best interior scoring team in the country, so a classic how will it prevail a little bit. I'm excited. It's a little late. What are we doing?
Yeah. It lines up well for our schedule because the Yankees are the 6:35 game, so
really maybe
a little late to tip.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to watch most of it.
Yeah. No, that
Knicks play the Nets also, so I guess I got to keep an eye on that.
Jess had a friend doing a dinner thing tonight, and they knew not to invite me due to Yankees and the national championship. So sports, exciting. I mean, the Zags, like I was saying before, they I think they were becoming the heel a little bit, and now they are beloved again. For good reason, man.
Yeah.
For good reason. Go Zags. That's a 9:23 tip, I think. Classic. I wonder what's the DraftKings spread in that game. Let me see if I can get there quick.
Check.
And
watching that game,
yeah,
just while you're looking at Timmy,
yeah,
popped off the screen all day,
Yeah.
and not just for like the look. Like you're just really fucking good.
Man,
his footwork stands out.
Yeah, he's always in the right spot. His footwork, his timing. There was the one replay they showed it where he had his back to the guy and he just did the arm. He did an arm whip move, and the guy was removed. The pass lane was there, and it's an easy layup. And it's footwork, body control. I mean, man, it's Yeah, like I laid the gauntlet out there. I want them to win it all. And if Timmy does that, I mean, the guy gives me Bill Laimbeer vibes. Like, he's provoking the other team. He's petting the Fu Manchu. He's doing the Dennis Rodman, like, two-arm point. Like, to be doing that, man.
Especially, like, in college where a team is, like, gonna latch on to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like,
an opponent will be
that's
like,
going to piss them off. Yeah, I'm seeing
that shit.
Seeing Zags minus 4.5.
Drawing that charge to force
Oh,
OT.
my God. And, dude,
that charge was nuts.
And that's the other
So
thing with
ballsy.
sports, man. I mean, like, it was a charge. Have I seen that called not a charge many times? Yeah. And that's where, that's where sports gets nuts. If that ref just had a bad angle on it or whatever it is, UCLA wins this game. We're talking about UCLA Baylor. Didn't happen. Excited for tonight. Excited to... by the time we recap with you guys on Thursday, it'll seem a mile away. But BBD, I think we're good on the college basketball for now. It was opening weekend of the baseball, David. Did you know that?
I heard about this.
You did hear about that. We did our live stream Thursday. Thanks for everyone that joined us. That was a blast. We adjusted the best we could. We were supposed to do the Mets-Nats late night game that got COVIDed out, so we jumped to Dodgers-Rockies, and we got a little weird with it. BBD opening weekend, we've got Talking Baseball coming up in a little bit, so I mean we're not going to do full deep dive recap. I guess if you sit here Monday morning like we are, a sports show. What are the storylines that pop off? I feel like Ohtani, Mercedes.
Yeah, those are
like the
kind
two?
of the two that like it. You heard a little bit about it, even if you don't watch more than your team.
It got to you, yeah.
Yankees obviously always overreact to everything.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, and those are the things. Ohtani getting the pitch and hitting the same game.
I guess there was
for a while they're hesitant. I mean, he hasn't pitched period in a long time.
Right.
But even when he was, they were like his rookie year. They weren't hitting him the days he pitched.
There's Castellanos standing over.
That feels so long ago.
Yeah, right. Sports moves
Baseball's
quick,
nuts.
man. Sports move quick. Red Sox getting swept. That is a story. I know a lot of Yankee stuff here, but
Yeah, a lot of teams that kind of needed to not get swept did.
Sox, A's.
Astros sweeping the A's, yeah. Gray getting beamed on was that opening day? That was their first game, right? Because Bassett hit him.
Bassett. Yeah. I think I did an Angels White Sox burn, and I think I said the White Sox get swept, so I might have to correct that because they did not. So I'm going to send a quick text to Matty Mass and tell him to get creative about it.
Cut out the line or something. The Barrios Burns game, which kind of when you look back,
man.
it's not going to stick out, but they're throwing dual no hitters with double digit Ks through 6, through 5.
Yeah, man, that was nuts. What night was that? Was that
Saturday night.
Okay.
Because I flipped it on during the Knicks, and then it was over before the Knicks game was over, so I was able to move away from that. I think it was a good game anyway, but yeah, because the national championship night, I forgot about that, or Final Four night, not.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I'm
that was
saying.
Jess's mother was in town, so we got dinner for a little bit, and when I opened the phone, it was prime. Everyone was tweeting out, like, flip to this game, you got to see it. I was getting a little love because I had Corbin Burns as my sneaky Cy Young pick. It's one game. Yep. Barrios,
but it was also
awesome.
like reporters were tweeting, he's going to get at least some down ballot Cy Young
Yeah,
votes.
no, it was a good look for me.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing I said was
he's your sneaky guy.
he finished 6th for the Cy Young last year. Weird year. I get it.
Yeah.
And he had like the 25th best odds. So it's like if we're talking
Just
value
payout.
plays, I mean, if he improves a little bit,
You sprinkle half a unit on that, you're getting.
a couple guys get hurt or something, I mean, you're there. Mets whole season gets COVIDed out. Meatball fall down my leg.
That's a joke.
Let's see. Orioles sweep the Red Sox. Rays take 2 out of 3. Don't really care.
Phillies got their sweep,
Did they? The
Yeah.
Fightins.
which was big. They needed that, and they were playing. They were playing Atlanta, right?
Phillies, Braves. Yeah, that's
so they needed that. Braves, they can stomach that.
Yeah.
The Phillies, I think, and all those NL East teams are playing each other all year. But,
Yeah.
But they're a team that they need to get off to a good start, or else it gets kind of scary.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of
Just because it's so tight.
And man, that's got to feel good for their bullpen. You know, close games. They did their job there, coming off of last year. Astros, there's 4 games for you from the A's. That's pretty wild, man. The Cabrera home run in the snow was really cool. That seems forever ago.
Oh yeah. There were a bunch of home run shenanigans in that Dodger series. The Bellinger stuff.
Yeah.
I forget what the play was the next night, but Tapia got involved again. Oh, it's the inside the Parker. That's what it was.
People are talking about that Phillies infield in the chat right now, baby day.
Yeah, well, they're worth discussing.
Yeah.
Segura
sure
walk-off, Didi making web gems.
It's a nice sketch. Nice sketch.
Couple nice catches.
Matt Harvey,
another
man.
one.
Matt Harvey for the Orioles.
Braves, nobody hit.
Glass now was gross. That feels like a while ago now.
Did we get an answer? Was his third pitch? Was he using that?
I don't know. I might check between this because I mean he's got one of the best performances of the weekend.
Yeah, I know we were asking the live chat during game 2 if it was that third pitch going or just him being better than Marlins.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah. Good Chris Rose rotation. I've listened to half of it. Jazz Chisholm.
I got through the Chisholm interview part.
Yeah, that's kind of right where I landed. They just did their call-ups.
Yeah. So you're there.
Yeah.
Good app.
He's awesome, man. Yeah, you want to hear a young guy with confidence, as he should have.
But still seems like he gets it.
He gets it, but also knows he can be young.
Yeah.
They, I won't give away the whole interview, but they asked who's the Marlins player if they knew they were getting an off day that you'd see at the Clevelander, which is a popular Miami nightclub. He's like, it's me. And hey, if I was 23 on the Marlins, the blue hair, yeah, I'd be there too. Probably be a pretty good time. Meatball down my leg. Went back to it. I don't know, Beavers. Any other baseball stuff? I mean,
we're about to do.
Is Ohtani going to? Yeah, is Ohtani going to be every Sunday? Is that?
I think I had heard during spring training that's the plan.
Because that's what they do in Japan. Is every guy has a day and they do 6-man rotations with an off day pretty much. And I think that's the plan. That was pretty shocking, and I don't want to take down the broadcast because I was doing this with some of the Yankee stuff. Pinstripe Strong in the chat, what up? They had the bullpen up, 2 pitchers, lefty and a righty, and Madden kept Ohtani out there. They thought they were going to pull him at 78 pitches, I think was where he was. They gave him a couple more batters. It was good, and as long as Ohtani feels good today. The broadcasters kept doing this will probably be, they're keeping him in. Wow. So, hey, I don't know. Knock on wood. Keep him healthy. Keep him healthy.
I guess, if they're giving him built-in extra rest, literally every start, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be fun to follow Ohtani this year. If he does it for a full season, man, that's I was going back to last year before the 60-game season, and all of us were like, Ohtani would be a really good MVP bet. Because, if he does it, 60 games.
If he can be, he just needs over a 60-game season. average in one of those, above average in the other, either way.
Right. And I've actually talked myself into the reverse now that there's 162. I think that leaves him a little more buffer.
Yeah.
Like, even if he takes a couple weeks off of pitching or whatever it is, like, that affects him more in the 60-game season than 162. So I'm
like they straight up like build in skips.
Yeah, like we'll see. I mean, it's going to be an interesting story to watch. He can become a face of baseball.
And especially this year, a lot of teams are going to build in extra rest for their guys that are, they're invested in.
I mean, I guess that's the thing. I was thinking in the 60-game season, let it rip for 60 games, hit 50 games, pitch 10, bang, like you're there. You can win MVP that easily. And 162, I mean, if he has 20 good starts and he plays 100 good games hitting-wise, that kind of gets him there. And when you talk storyline and never seeing it, like, I don't know.
If the Angels if he's doing that, and the Angels are just like playing games that matter at the end, not even talking making the playoffs, which should be the goal. They do have a legitimate lineup, but they can be playing meaningful games in September, and he's doing that.
Yeah,
he like earns the storyline vote.
The Angels will be a storyline this season if they can hang around. I mean, that's Trout, Ohtani. I love Rendon, dude. I typed out 3 Rendon tweets, and at the end of them, I said, I am a giant loser. All of them were like, I think Rendon would, like, we could be friends. And it was like, maybe don't tweet that.
He's I'm trying to say, like, he's so easy to forget about, to take for granted.
Yeah.
We, like, don't think about him.
He
and
could be
just like who he is. He's, like, quiet, just does what he does.
In any season, he could be a top 5 baseball player.
Yeah.
He's just quiet.
I'm sure he already has at least a top 5 MVP year.
I think his last year he definitely did.
19 he like balled
last
out.
NL year, yeah. No, Rendon's awesome. I mean, defensively, offensively. We'll see. Feo in the chat.
The 3rd and 19.
The hair, that's what got me, Ed. Rendon's hair last night. I mean, it's flowing. It's in the front. It's in the back.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Seems like he doesn't care. He, like, barreled up a ball. It made one of the purest sounds off the bat you'll hear. Angels are a story. Good for them. Good for them. Mets are a story. Them and the Nats. Mets are playing today. Nats are playing tomorrow, I believe.
It sounds like tomorrow will be the day for them.
I mean,
Nats finally get to debut.
Sucks so much for the Nats.
I felt like Saturday night, or maybe it was when I got home yesterday. I was like, man, I feel pretty terrible for Met fans. They haven't watched a game yet.
Yeah, man. That's I said it during the live stream. I said it to you and Jim, like, this was the Yankees, we would be having such a bad time.
It's miserable.
It is. We like baseball.
I'm also like, just work-wise, what would we have done? We saw ads.
Oh, we would have. We would have adjusted however we could have.
Yeah, that stinks, and like not their fault at all. Not that it's the Nats' fault. They got it. I don't know what happened.
Right.
But like literally something that didn't involve their team at all. Wiped out their first series. They're got it. I don't know what, at least 2 doubleheaders. They're like already scheduled now. I mean, I don't think they're like scheduled, but they're gonna play a couple. Just stinks.
Yeah.
I think my brother's going to their game today, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
They're in Philly.
In the Illadelph.
He's in South Jersey.
Someone just tweeted at me under the baseball hat that we added to the John Boy Media store. Nice, but you guys should really work on your women's merch, ... And I said, what do you want? We got a lot of women's merch and can add more. So.
Add anything.
Interested to see her reply. We'll see.
Does that just mean women's cut?
Yeah, I don't know, because we do have that, but, there's some we don't have because we're just doing the best we can.
There's some that we just throw up quick, and then it
Yeah.
adds to the process.
Women's hat. I mean, that's
I think any hat.
Anyways, that's baseball. If you want more of that, me, BBD, Jom, Trevor, Plouffe will be doing Talking Baseball in a minute. In a minute. I always like that phrase.
An hour.
NBA, BBD, is there... I know there's stuff, but is there stuff?
Let's see.
I saw one of the tweets from... Who are those guys we talked to? The NBA guys. They've got a podcast. We like them.
No dunks?
No dunks. I saw a couple of them tweet out, like, we're officially in NBA blowout season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're just going to get some teams that are
mailing it in,
tapping out a little bit. So I don't know. Is there any NBA stuff that needs to be known?
Not fully. It looks like Aaron Gordon got to play against the Magic, which is fun. They were in Denver since it wasn't a return. 24/7.
Let's be
10
honest.
of 13 from the field. Just get me to the playoffs.
Yeah, NBA, there's a little
we're
bit
there
of
now.
standing stuff. There's probably going to be an injury that sucks, and that'll be news, unfortunately. But yeah, NBA is kind of like...
The Eastern Conference playoff picture is all slop.
How many weeks
That
are
hasn't
left?
changed. We're less than a month away from the regular season being over, I think.
Really?
I remember I was looking at it, I think maybe sometime last week, and when I realized, like, oh, there's like 16 Knicks games left.
Let's see. The
month
Knicks,
of the season.
Knicks' last regular season game is May 16th. So,
Okay, that's
month and a
little
week.
more.
6 weeks of NBA basketball.
I wasn't. I didn't look at May because I saw just multiple days off to end
Okay.
April.
I
I was like, oh, so that means
It's gonna be May.
yeah, they scheduled 3 days off to begin May, so it doesn't show up on the April calendar. It's like, oh, so that means the season must be over. So they got more games than I thought.
They got more. Yeah. No, I think there's going to be standing stuff. Right now, the Sixers and the Nets are tied for the 1 seed, so that'll be fun to track in the Eastern Conference if Milwaukee gets back in the game. And our Knicks, man, keep fighting, baby.
The Bucks did just extend Drew Holiday.
Yeah, that was cool.
So
Good for
keeping
him.
those, and you had to. You gave up 3 firsts to get him just to keep Giannis around. They got Giannis to stay. Now it's like, all right, well, now we gave up 3 firsts, and we kind of can't let you leave. So
Yeah, that's good. Good for them. I mean, they locked up both of them. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Lakers are currently the 5 seed in the West. I guess that's something to watch. LeBron's still out, right?
yeah, I don't know when he's. I think they're slow playing it because if he was anyone else, like coming back quick wouldn't be an option.
Yeah.
And like LeBron, I don't think
Maybe-
he doesn't care if he has home court.
Maybe the biggest NBA news, Space Jam 2.
Oh yeah, that was this weekend. I
Welcome
still haven't
to
watched the
the
trailer.
Space
People were
Jam.
talking about it.
It's your chance. Do your I'll say the one thing that they did crush for sure is they showed Lola Bunny doing the Dwayne Wade pass.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
saw the still because the Heat tweeted it.
That's a win, yeah.
They had a few like reference things in there, just to other stuff.
I'm interested to see, man. That's so tough. Like doing the same movie, the guy you're always compared to. Trying
Yeah.
to do a sequel to any movie is tough, man. Like
Trying to do the 20-year later reboot is always not.
I'm
always
coming
risky.
in pretty worried for LeBron, which might make me enjoy it a little more than everyone else. Like, I don't know. If you're expecting OG Space Jam, that's tough. That's just a feeling that I don't know if that can be replicated. But
Yeah, well, a lot of people, one are trying to use it as legitimate LeBron versus Jordan conversation because of course you are.
Absolutely.
If you're the type of person that turns everything into that anyway, why stop here?
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna watch that movie because I think it's gonna be a masterpiece. Just check it out because I like the first one and it's Space
It
Jam.
should be quality enough. I think the director is like a new up and coming big director. I think he was like Black Panther. I think he did that new movie that came out, Judas and the Messiah. So I don't know. There's a reason to believe in it. And I mean, there's funding. Like, I'm sure it's going to be good.
Malcolm Lee.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. That's the NBA. NFL, kind of quiet right now. 17
game
games.
season now.
We were going to mention that last week. A couple players said stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what else was agreed to in the CBA. I'm sure they got something for that in their negotiations. I don't know.
Malcolm
Not
Lee.
keyed into their labor battle.
Ryan Coogler is the other guy. Alex in the chat just had that for Space Jam, too. BBD, I think that takes us to the comment of the day. Bakers, I ask you guys to bake the algorithm. Leave a comment. Leave some sports conversation, something going on. My girl, a couple of my girls, Jamie Jarrett, have to imagine being named Co-Bro of the Night means even more to Paige than being named AP Player of the Year. Paige buckets and UConn lost. Always hurts my soul. It's a deep cut. It's a deep cut. Man, I love Pagey buckets. Stanford, they lost. UConn lost to Arizona. Stanford went on to win the national championship last night, 54-53. Yeah, it's tough. I'm seeing some sorry Jakes in the chat for UConn. The Baylor women, or excuse me, the UConn women versus the Baylor women. That game, I could watch that on replay any day. That brought out some emotions in my soul that I haven't felt in a long time. Pagey buckets, she'll be on a mission. She's gonna get one. She might get two, maybe three. Hey, good for the Stanford women, but I hate you. I hate you. Other comments on there. Let me see. BBD versus NYPD might be the biggest rivalry of the year. Need to track that. BBD got his traffic ticket. It's tough.
I got the email lawyers today.
Ooh, like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then
So it might become BBD versus lawyers pretty quick.
Sam Dotson just hyping up the Rays. Randy, Meadows, Belau, Margot, Adames. I mean, Margot Adames, I think he started fading a little bit. But if Belau is as good as he was, if Meadows was as good as he was, and we'll still see about Randy. What'd Randy do this weekend? Where's my guy? Is he the best ever?
I haven't heard anything about him. He is on mine and Rob's fantasy team in the John Boy Media League.
So let's see.
He was kind of just there.
2 games, 2 for 8,
I think
2
he sat
singles.
yesterday.
Okay, so we don't know if he's the best ever yet. Couldn't pin that down yet. So thank you for the comments, Bakers. You guys have a special piece of my heart. I appreciate you. Share with a friend. Feels like a hot ep. I mean, that game. Anyone could talk about that Gonzaga UCLA game and be good. So maybe I just think I'm good today. But share with a friend, leave a comment. Let's talk some sports. Let's talk some sports. BBD, that brings us to the bro of the night. The bro of the night, it goes to a standout performer. Sometimes it turns into a bruh of the night. My bro of the night, BBD, there's a couple layups here. Obviously, we talked about them a lot. Jalen Suggs, I mean, he gets one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm going to talk about him. He gets one. Like, he just, by default.
Yeah.
Can't not.
Can't not be mentioned here.
Otani, what he's doing. There's a lot of that stuff going around. I'm going to bring you guys to the world that I keep trying to bait you guys into, and with the DraftKings ad and what's coming up this weekend. Jordan Spieth, BBD. Jordan Spieth was the guy that was supposed to become kind of the new face of the sport. He was next. He hadn't won in close to 4 years. Again, this guy was the future. He was young. He was winning. He was winning everything. This guy was the next Tiger, and then it just kind of slowly faded. He didn't have the same hype as Tiger. He's not that kind of energy. He's cool. He's solid. He's got a young crew, and they were traveling together. I think they did like a fake music video or something. It was fun. Him, Fowler, another guy. Jordan Spieth hadn't won in 4 years, basically. 3 years and 255 days. He won the golf tournament this weekend, and where they head? To Augusta, Georgia, the Masters. That hype train is going. Guys, I get it. Sometimes golf ain't sexy. Golf's kind of sexy right now, man. Dustin Johnson's a beast. DeChambeau's kind of like the Bauer, but with less political stuff. Like, he's just trying to change the game his own way. It's very analytical driven. I mean, there's just a lot of young, likable dudes. So I don't know. I would, if there's a golf event you check out, I think I might have said this in November, it's the Masters. So enjoy it this weekend. Good on Spieth for getting the W. And, I mean, how old is he? I think he's got 3 major wins, and he's 27. So being able to go through a slump until you're 27, well, been there. So I'll give it to Spieth. There's a lot of candidates this weekend. He's going to make the Masters that much better. BBD, your bro of the night.
Well, of course, shout out to Jalen Suggs because we've been asking for.
He gets a double.
We've been asking for the buzzer beater.
Yeah.
All tournament.
Yeah.
He delivered it, and all the other plays we talked about it. And I'm going with another half layup because we also already did this conversation talking Yanks yesterday. Mike King going quality start in relief because he DM'd me yesterday after I DM'd him. I went first. So, friends, you're my friend. You that gives you a leg up on this.
You and Mike King are DMing, huh?
Yeah.
What'd you open with, if I may ask?
I said yesterday. We've DM'd before.
Sure.
Flex. But yesterday I was like, best part of the weekend. That was nasty.
Yeah.
He said, thanks.
Wow.
He said, ha ha ha, thank you, double exclamation point, if you want the exact DM he sent back.
Wow. Mike King gets
We
bro
talked
of the
about his
night.
last appearance on the pod. That was the last conversation we had.
Gets bro of the night for being friends with BBD, which I respect. I respect the game. All right. Wow. Otani. There's a few there.
Yeah, Otani's in the layup because that was just the coolest ever.
Otani with the good one. Jalen Suggs is the bro of the weekend.
He gets double halves.
In a big way. In a big way. That's the bro of the night. BBD, let's wrap it up. What are we watching tonight? We said it. I mean, we're Yankees always, but it's also the national championship. So we'll be watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to be rolling, huh?
Tonight's TV lineup is good.
We're going Yankees at 6:30 to 9:30 into Natty Championship. That's 5 hours of sports on deck.
Yeah. There'll be Yanks
That's
on the
6
TV.
hours. Holy smokes.
At some point in there, Nick's gets onto the laptop.
Knicks Nets tonight.
And Nick's, I think, will stay on the laptop
Holy
after
smokes.
the Yankee game, national championship game, goes to the TV. Nick's stay laptop all night, though.
Jeez. Knicks Nets. Holy, it's a sports night, babe. That's what we're watching. Man, okay. Last college basketball game. Baseball's rolling. Little NBA, but it's not as exciting. Rays Sox on ESPN. Someone just said that.
Oh.
Wow.
Yanks got the Orioles.
That's opening day. Guys. Sports are back.
Watch
Oh
out for
my
Lindor.
God. Watch out for Lindor today. Sports are back. Thank you for enjoying them with me and BBD. Keep enjoying them. We're going to keep rolling. I mean, through the summer months. Wake and Jake will be back Thursday, I believe.
So.
Might be a light Thursday here. No Yankees game Thursday.
No Yankee game day of.
We'll do
It's
some
a late
watching.
night the day before.
Maybe that laughs from the past we've been waiting to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of laughs from the past, I think that comes out tomorrow, right? Tuesdays.
Maybe JMO night.
Oh.
We can record that between pregame show and
JMO Night Wednesday.
See what the time looks
if
like.
you have no idea, I know a lot of you do, but for Talking Yanks, we're going to do a strikeout for everyone Tyone has. Jameson Tyone, you get it now. Talking Yanks, yesterday's app blowing
First series
up.
recap
You
of the
guys,
year.
you guys are the best. Pinstripe strong, feel different. Talking baseball coming up in a minute. Chris Rose rotation. I told you guys, Jazz, dude, he's awesome. Mickey Rojas is the man too. Chris Rose. Mansplain, we're watching stuff, talking Giants. I mean, everything. I'm so stoked for the next Farm to Fame. They did one last night on the Vandy boys. The next one, everything, guys, John Boy Media. You know it. All over.
Jake, good night.
All over. Thank you, guys. We love you.
Nets had a game. New episode there.
Talking Nets.
Everyone's going. Everyone's playing.
Everywhere.